Hey YouTube, my Darkness99 here, what's up? Here's my Kristya agent deck, version 1.0 I think. Now here's the deck. We got two Arsenal Kristyas. The main thing in a kind of fairy deck, you need to run two. Sometimes a couple people will run one, but I like to run two because I feel like it's really consistent. It's 2800 attack. If you have exactly 4 fairy type monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you do, you can select 1 fairy type monster from your graveyard and add it to your hand. Neither player can special summon monsters. If this face-up card were to be sent from the field to the graveyard, it returns to the top of the deck. So pretty much, the only way to get rid of this permanently is by using DD Warrior Lady, DD Crow, or something like that. Or if you're lucky, you hit this at random Trishula when this is not on the field but in the hand. But overall, it's a really good card. Once that's out, it's going to be hard to win. Unless you're in a mirror match with this kind of deck. 2 Master Hyperons. 2, basically, you can special summon this by removing 1 DH monster from your hand, field, or graveyard. And once per turn, you can remove 1 agent monster from your graveyard to select 1 card in the field and destroy it. If the Sentry in the Sky field spell is in play, it can be used twice. So if you have that field spell in play, you can use this twice. It's really amazing. 3 of the Jupiter. I have to say, I like this card. He's an 1800 beater. Its first effect is, once per turn, you can remove and play 1 agent monster in your graveyard to select 1 fairy type light type fairy type monster. You control the selected monster gains 800 attack into land phase. But however, I like the other effect. When Sentry in the Sky is on the field, you can discard one card from 1 fairy type monster from your hand to select 1 removed from play fairy and special summon it, I think. Yeah. So it's basically really good because when this is on the field, if that field spell's on the field, discard a light fairy type monster, and you can bring back like a Kristya, a Hyperon, the Ancient Earth, etc. It gives you so many options in this deck. It gives you so many options. 3, the Ancient Mystery Earth. This card is good. This is the tuner of the deck. Its effect is, well, when this is normal summoned, you can search your deck for 1 Ancient monster except the Earth and add it to your hand. But if Sentry Sky is on the field, you can immediately add a Master Hyper from your deck to your hand. It's really good. 2, the Agent Venus. Like, if you had this out along with the tuner and a level 4 monster like Jupiter, you can bring out an immediate Trishula. It's really amazing. Its effect is, you could pay 500 life points to summon 1 Mystic Shine Ball from your hand or deck. So basically, you pay 1,000, you bring out these 2, which can bring out the XC monster. I'll show you that a bit later. Put those right here. 2 Mystic Shine Ball. This is for the XC summon, and it can be used for tuning methods as well. It's really amazing. 2 Herald Orange Light, the effect veiler of this deck. You discard this and 1 other fairy type monster in your hand to negate the activation of a monster effect and destroy it. So this negates, like, I believe maybe Dark Soul, it negates Spy, it negates Glider Beast effects, all that. It negates even Dark Arm can be negated by this, anything. It's pretty messed up. Now we go to 2 Xeris, the Herald of Heaven. This is like also the searcher to get you a Sentry in the Sky from your deck to your hand. But when it's not on the field, this card's destroyed. But however, if it is on the field, you have a 21 level 4 beat sticker. It's really messed up. It's really good. You can add Marshmallow, defense, stall reasons. I consider this a staple. When this can be used for an XC7 for like Leviathan Dragon or the Sea Dragon guy. It's really good. When this is flipped up, your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage and it can't be destroyed by battle. So it's pretty amazing. Obviously, honest staple in the fairy deck when your opponent attacks, when you light monsters or you attack it, your light monster damage calculation, discard this, and that light monster gains the attack on the monster it's getting attacked by or it is attacking, so it's amazing. Concentrated Light. This shuts down decks like Black Wings, Dark Worlds, what else? Maybe Gravekeepers, anything that has dark related stuff. It is amazing. Zombies would die by this. Now for the spells. 2 Sentry in the Sky. I might consider putting 3 in, like take out my Avarice or something like that. Put this in. But this card's good. Its effect is, if you control a light type monster on your field, fairy type monster from field, you can't take battle damage. So it's really good. Double duality. I don't know if I'm going to take this down to 1 in this deck. I'm not sure yet. But for now, I'm running 2 unless I state otherwise. You reveal top 3 cards. It's a staple. 2 cards of the sky. The Allure Darkness. 4 fairy decks. The only downside is you cannot attack or special summon that turn you use it. You remove a fairy type monster from your hand to draw 2 cards. Double smash. Staple. Heavy. Standard staple. Mind control. This is good. You can use for XE material or Synchro material. It is amazing. Like, you could take, like, a little free monster proponent, XE to a Leviathan Dragon, or Levere, or take another Mystic Shine with one of yours and use that guy a level 2 XE. It is amazing. And good for tuning, too. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. Pot of Avarice. I might take this out and put either my 7 tools or another Consecrated Light for my side deck. I don't know yet, but basically it's a staple. Now the traps. Free Divine Punishment. This is the Infinity Barrier of the fairy deck, but it has to have Sentry in the Sky on the field for the effect to work. Basically, while Sentry is activated, only if the Sentry in the Sky is placed up on the field. Negate the activation of a spell, trap, or affect monster's effect and destroy that card. So it's really good. You gotta run either 2 or free. Solemn Warning, staple, pay 2,000, negates an activation of a card, an activation of a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect that includes an effect that special summon monster and destroys the card. This is gonna be reprinted in the 10 in November, both 10s. It's really amazing. Solemn, old school staple, pay half, negate a card activation, destroy it. Summon tools, pay a foul, negate it because I don't have the warning or anything like that. Mirror Force, first dead Mirror Force, staple, and a Bomb Trap Pulse, staple. Now for the side deck, Manitoy, Cyber Dragon, a Raiko German, Consecrated, comes Tease, Burial, pretty much refilled my agent stock, Torrental, Rompiamente, that's Mind Crush in Spanish, I think. Trap Stun. I'm pretty decent in pronouncing like German and Spanish like that. Like this. Les do Corrichmento, whatever it is. I never took Spanish at all, period, but I'm trying. Xing you, I might use that in the future. Bombless, 7 tools, and Call the Haunted. Now for the extra deck. Android, staple, you gain 600 after each end phase. Hyper Librarian, draw a card per synchro, level 5, really good. Brionac, staple, I'm glad it wasn't fucking banned. Discard cards, return a certain number of cards in your hand. Good OTK win. 2 Iron Chain, deck milling purposes, and 25 beater. Trap, Archfiend. I don't have another Black Rose, so I gotta have to deal with this. Black Rose blows up the field, very staple. Stardust, it protects cards from being destroyed by sacrificing it, staple. Red Dragon Archfiend, defense destroyer, I consider staple, 3,000 attack. Scrap Dragon, one of my favorite synchros in the game right now. Basically, select 1 card on your field, select 1 card on your opponent's field, destroy them both. It's really amazing. And Trishula, the best card in my Synchro Monster for my entire deck. When it's a summon, remove 1 card from your opponent's field, grave, 1 at their hand at random. It's good combo if you know, go in a mirror match. Now the Exceed. Good to Gacho, like when you get the Mystic Shine Balls out with that agent card, you basically, once you get the Mystic Shine Balls, you can Exceed to this, and if you have another level 3 monster like Marshmallow or use Mind Control to take your opponent's level 3 or something, you can synchro to a Leviathan Dragon. This is good because this, by sending an XYZ material monster from this card to the grave, you can pretty much give it 500 attack, but if you have no Exceed, you can't declare direct attack on this card. This card here, this gains, all monsters gain 200 attack and defense per XE material attached to this card, so it's really good. And now, Tyra's Keeper of the Genesis. I never bring this card off often. Basically, the effects can only be applied or resolved while it has an XYZ material. The card can be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase of this card attacked or was attacked, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy the target during each end phase. You gotta detach 1 of them. So it's pretty good, but it's 2,600. But I might take it out for another synchro, but it's pretty decent. So yeah, that was my fairy deck pretty much. Got all the basics. I'll have another video up soon. And stuff like that. I'll have it open in a Generation Force thing when they come out, special edition. I'll buy a couple special editions or something like that and film them. So that's it. Comment, rate, subscribe. Later, YouTube.